Hey, I'm Josh.
I'm T.
We're the kids! And I didn't get to go fishing. Beaches are more fun anyway. Oh.
Hey, I'm Josh.
I'm T.
And we're the kids!
And as you would have seen in the intro, we didn't end up at the Narrabri Fish Farm, which was our original planned destination. So when we left Brisbane, we had a look at the weather forecast, and the weather was forecast to be very, very hot. I think it was nearly as high as 40 degrees on the travel day, and then it was going to be 38, 36 for the remaining days that we were going to be there. So we decided that Narrabri probably wasn't the best option.
We didn't want to melt.
Yeah, we didn't want to melt. The air conditioning in the AVan does work at night, but during the day, especially with the annex on, it just doesn't keep up. So we've decided to come coastal. We ended up at a little hip camp at a little place called Grants Beach, which is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes south of Port Macquarie. There's some really nice beach four-wheel driving and shops and stuff in the area. So we're going to go hit the beach and go for a little drive from Port Macquarie to Lake Cathy, see what we get up to, and then we'll see where we end up from there. And we've just pulled up at the north end of Lighthouse Beach. It's about 2 hours after high tide, so we're going to go for a drive and head down to Lake Cathy via the beach. We're just about to air down, and you might find somebody else hit the beach in the driver's seat. See how we go. T's jumped in the front seat, but there's a slight problem.
I'm a little short. That's where this comes in handy. Doing. Now I can actually see over the bonnet. Hey, you should.
So T is over collecting rocks. There's these really cool little clear rocks. And I think we're going to switch drivers. We are a couple of hours after high tide, but the water line is just below these rocks. And once you get to about there, there's no sand left. So this line right now is not an option. In an hour or two maybe, but we don't want to be sitting here. This is the alternate line. You can see someone else has come through here, and the phone doesn't probably show it quite well, but there is a considerable step down. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a problem for Ruby. Step down through this bit here. There's some soft stuff here, but it does firm up when you step on it. And then there's a bit of a rock step up on the other side, and then you can sort of scoot the high line. And then I think when we get to the other side of these rocks, we're going to jump out and the kids will have a swim. But yeah, I think I'm going to jump behind the wheel for a sec. So sorry about the portrait mode. My phone holder only goes in portrait. We're just about to go wheeling through these rocks. Piece of cake. So we're just continuing right along the high line. I'm trying to stay off the rocks as much as possible. I'm conscious that I don't want to damage anything or damage any marine life. So we're just going to try and stay on the sand as much as we can. There's only a couple of 100 metres of these rocks, so the goal here is to try and get to the other end of the beach without spending too much time on the rocks. I'm sure some of it will be unavoidable, but yeah, if we can spend as much time as possible on the sand, then that would definitely be our preference. It does mean we're going to get some pretty good leans on though. I'm just watching the off-road plus pages here, and we're 12 degrees, 13 degrees, 17 degrees. Pretty good lean here.
Okay. Well, I'll just walk with you. There's definitely blue bottles on this beach though.
Still in 4 high. We usually sit and 4 low on the beach, so this is a bit of a new thing for us. But looking out to the left, I can see that if we'd taken the low road, we'd be driving through a foot of water at the moment. The tide is definitely still too far in to take the low road, so the high road it is, and it is passable. Although where we're driving right now, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to do this at high tide. We'd be underwater right now. Yeah, we did spot a few blue bottles on the beach earlier, so I'm not really sure if we're going to go swimming here. I think we've got a pretty good northerly wind, so we're just going to try and get to the other end of this beach and see if we can find a beach that's got a shelter at the northern end that gives us a bit of protection off the wind. Because not repeating our incident with the blue bottles would be a good idea. And T has just stopped. I'm sure she's found something fascinating.
We found a dead blue bottle and we just made it look great.
What? Sorry?
Made the blue bottle look great. How dare you? How dare you? No. Look what that bastard did to me.
Just a few more little rock steps along the beach. The beach was quite eroded, and by the time we got to the end, we had to climb up this big rocky section here. Now, apparently about 3 weeks earlier, this was all sand, but in the massive storms that we had on the way up, the water had completely eroded all of the sand off the beach and was left with this mess. Fortunately, no big problem for Ruby, the big Jeep. We got up and off the beach with relative ease.
Since our son was a bit disappointed we didn't go fishing, we decided to treat him and his sister to a camel ride. It was their first time going on a camel, and to go along the beach was an extra special surprise. This was at Lighthouse Beach in Port Macquarie. If you're ever down that direction, definitely give it a go. Beautiful surroundings.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Don't forget to turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on any other videos.
Well, that was a bit of fun. We did have to race back last night just because there was some weather forecast, and it seems to be a running theme with this trip. Like, we'll race back somewhere to try and beat the weather, and then the weather will go around us.
Yes.
We raced back to camp last night, and then it did rain, but it wasn't like the really heavy, horrible rain that we were expecting. It is the next morning, and we've headed into Port Mac just to have a look around. Obviously, this is a very koala-rich area. There's lots of koala sanctuary, wildlife rescue and stuff here. And we've just pulled up at the Hello Koalas gallery and gift shop, and what can I say? Wow. We've just spent a bunch of time in there, and the place is pretty incredible. This is definitely a hidden gem of Port Macquarie. They have what is called the
Sculpture Trail.
Yeah, Hello Koalas Sculpture Trail. So they have these fiberglass cast koalas that are distributed all around the area, and you can see there's quite a few there. They have a huge amount of them inside, and they have a whole souvenir gift shop that is around the koalas. I'll just flip the map around, and you can see, if you have a look at the map,
This map, sorry.
get the map around the right way that T's holding, being an excellent map model there. The koalas are distributed right throughout the town, but they can be found as far south as Taree, at the train station there.
And as far north as Kempsey as well.
Yeah, Kempsey, and I think there's one at Coffs Harbour at Sealy Lookout too. So we might have to go back through our footage and see if
we missed it.
We missed it, because we did go to Sealy Lookout. So we'll see if we can find a little inset of that. So definitely this is one well worth checking out if you're here. Now, we're about to head home. Today is our last day here, so we're just going to do a few little errands and bits and pieces. So I think we're going to end the video here. If you're coming to Port Macquarie, absolutely, there is tons of stuff to do, and this little Hello Koalas gallery and gift shop is it's a bit off the beaten trail. You wouldn't stumble across it if you didn't know it was here. So absolutely, put it in your GPS, come here, have a look around.
And when you come around, you have to look at them. I got this coloring book and when you look at the back, it has all types of the koalas.
All the koalas.
Yes,
that
except
they've made
one.
the fiberglass.
Except for the bronze one.
Which we're going to go find now, which is at McDonald's.
Yeah, and we'd probably go get
Conveniently,
lunch
it's at Macca's. So we're going to go see the big bronze koala named Bella.
And here's Bella, right outside McDonald's. The first big bronze statue.
Make sure you do spend plenty of time having a look at the koalas. Some of the paintings are just absolutely incredible. There's even one that was painted by country music artist John Williamson. We headed out to Wauchope and had a look at a few of the koalas that were scattered around the town there, and obviously there has been a lot of recent flooding, so make sure you do stop, take your time, help support the local communities in their recovery.
We are going to do a post-trip review video where Tina and I talk about the things that went well, the things that didn't go so well, the things that need changing in our setup, and what we can do to improve this. A 3-week trip with 2 kids and 3 dogs has certainly been challenging.
Yes.
It might look like it's all roses and easy on the videos, but I can assure you this trip has definitely had some highs and some pretty serious lows too. So
yes, and some pretty serious heat.
Yeah, the heat and humidity was a bit more than we were expecting, but you know what? It's been an experience, and we can't wait to get along on the next one. I couldn't help myself. We've got a little bit of time before we head home tomorrow morning, and there's a beach, 4-wheel drive beach, directly opposite where we're staying, and it's right on. It's going to be low tide in about an hour, so one last beach drive.
Is it dog friendly?
It is dog friendly.
Yay!
Yes.
Yes!
That's great.
Oh yeah, got miles of room. Come on. Come on. Just come straight in. Straight.
We've come right up to the north end of Grants Beach, and fortunately the tide was low enough that we could actually get up to the top section. It is pretty tight though, even at low tide. There's not a whole lot of room to drive. If you didn't come in here right on a really low tide, you wouldn't be able to get up here, and if you did try, you would be driving through the water. There are eagles soaring around here. There are people paragliding off the side of the cliff, and we are the only ones here. This is a really, really special place. And well, after 3 weeks and 4,099.9 kilometers, and no, you can't make this up, I'll take a photo so you can see. We're back home. I'm Josh.
I'm T.
And we're the kids.
And this has been J&T's journey with our East Coast adventure. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Hooroo.
Bye-bye.